Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here out of Houston, Texas. March 26th of 2020. We're going to have a wonderful and favorable coronavirus COVID-19 update. One thing I will tell you is there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train for most of us and for the world. This too shall pass. And very, very, very good news for Italy. So I'm going to show you a number of countries. We have the most complete data on China. So that is our World Health Organization's expert, Dr. Bruce Aylward, where he shows the graph of China. And then what I did is I just traced, the progression of the graph, and then you can either expand the horizontal axis or the vertical axis, but the curve will be the same. So what I've done is I've taken all the other countries and I mapped them out, not all, but the ones that are of interest to me and my friends at this point in time, and graphed them out. So let's take a look at China, and we see that they have their actual data. Then we have the US, we have Spain, we have Italy, and then let's graph it out. So now China, this I believe is the best fit curve. There was a real unusual peak day there. They probably just got a ton of kits and tested a bunch of people on that day. But when I take that graph and I stretch it out here over the United States, it looks like the United States is reaching its peak. And what happens after a peak? Well, then things start to decline. And I'll go down to Italy here and we'll see that it appears that Italy had peaked and they are on their decline. So what does that mean? Over the next few weeks, we should see a dramatic decline in the cases if it follows the pattern of China. I think that pattern will show to be consistent. It looks like Spain is still on the rise. Then I did the same thing for the UK, right? It looks like the UK may still be on the rise. Looks like Canada may still be on the rise. It looks like South Africa is still on the rise. How long will that go? I don't know, 3-4 days, a week in each of those cases. But what happens after it peaks? It starts to come down. And when we start looking at what the strategies are, when you start looking at quarantine as a way to slow the rate of infection, quite simply, do we extend the amount of time that we deal with the virus? We do. Do we save lives? Probably. That's absolutely the goal, because if we don't overburden the healthcare system, the cases that are critical, which they're saying is going to be about 6%, 80% will be mild. Even there's more data, even in Italy, that says there are more asymptomatic cases than symptomatic cases. So what do we do right now? Well, I say we follow the advice of Martin Luther King. He says everybody can be great because anybody can serve. So how can you serve humanity? Hey, it may just be that you stay to yourself and not spread the virus. Do you have extra supplies? Toilet paper? Hey, fine. I'm partnered with a company that if you have medical supplies, they will match your donation of medical supplies with a product credit back to you. So, if you're connected to companies, you may want to say, hey, how can we work together to make the world better? Because that's what we're really all being called to do. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't appear to be a train or anything funky like that. It is going to be a bright and beautiful day somewhere in the world. Why not make it bright and beautiful in your part of the world and share that beauty? I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.